don't even know what that was like. Is that like a 21st birthday, a bachelor party? I mean, the level of excitement.
It's so pathetic.
You feel it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing. He was in his element. Did you see how happy he was? It was like the best day of his life, surrounded by New York. Look at him.
By the way, just by getting lucky to salvage a split at home in the first round against the lower seed.
It is so,
What's up, Molly?
It is so
What's
sad.
up, Molly?
And he was
What's going on,
tweeting.
Max?
And because the first half he was a nervous wreck. You know that.
How y'all doing?
Are you trying to talk? I can't hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Unfortunately, yes, I can. How are you feeling this morning, Stephen A?
Good morning to the lovely Molly. Max, what's up, my brother? How you doing, my man? How you doing?
He's in a good mood.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
Listen, just for the record, normally on a perfect day like today, okay? I mean, with us being in New York City, South Street, Seaport, and the whole bit, that's where I normally be, but, the CEO of Walt Disney is in the house in Bristol, Connecticut, and the man wanted to see me, so that's why I'm here. But I wanted y'all to know.
Let me tell you something.
Excuse me.
I thought you were in the doghouse after that dog fight. I didn't know the big boss is called.
Stephen A was supposed to be here, and then around halftime, he's like, let me be in Bristol tomorrow.
You know what? You're right, Max. I was very nervous.
From the Twitterverse.
I was very nervous.
I see you. All right, let's go. You guys know what it was. It was a dogfight, that's for sure. But the Knicks take game 2. The series is now split as it shifts to Atlanta on Friday. Don't worry, Stephen A will be in Atlanta too with all the Georgia Peaches. Vintage Derrick Rose and Julius Randle on the boards. Talk to me, young fella.
Did you ever doubt this team tonight or thus far in this series, or did you just feel it was a matter of time to find your footing?
Never doubted. Obviously, throughout the game, there's going to be frustrations, but, who we are as a team, we're never going to doubt whether we can win a game or not. A lot of guys came in the locker room at half and said we've been in this position before, and we have. So it's just up to us to change at our intensity level, one to another level, and we were able to pull out the win.
All right. I mean, I don't want to damper this celebratory mood after an opening round win, but Stephen A., was it a lucky one for your New York Knickerbockers?
Luck? Up here, please. It wasn't luck. It's the New York Knicks standing up. It was New York City standing up. It was the crowd that had descended upon Madison Square Garden, 16,000 strong, rabid, hyped, ready to roll, that propelled this New York Knicks team to a victory in Game 2. Now, first half, it didn't look that way. I even tweeted how nervous I was. Julius Randle couldn't buy a basket to save his life. Now, it was a beautiful, beautiful scene to open the game. I mean, when he was there to receive the Most Improved NBA Player of the Year award, and his beautiful, beautiful son was there with them, along with Leon Rose, along with William Wesley, Worldwide West, along with Scott Perry. It was a beautiful, beautiful scene. It touched all of our hearts. But then Julius Randle came out there and couldn't buy a damn basket for the first half. And we were very, very nervous because Trae Young, that little miniature stud, was putting on an absolute show. No question about it in that second quarter. But then the second half arrived. Tom Thibodeau went into that locker room. He said, get it together. It's about the 6 inches in front of your face. I'm using a football example from Any Given Sunday, but you know what the hell I'm trying to say. He was trying to motivate them to galvanize the troops. So what happened? All of a sudden, Julius Randle starts hitting shots. All of a sudden, Reggie Bullock showed up, and he started draining shots. And that man, Derrick Rose, I'm almost getting tears in my eyes just thinking about Derrick Rose. I'm so proud of that man right now, the way that he's balling, the way that he is leading. Tom Thibodeau making the move to bench Elfrid Payton finally and start Derrick Rose in the second half. Obi Toppin ignited the crowd. Everybody, a collective effort, and that's what you saw. And then you saw the defense clamp down the way a Tom Thibodeau defense can clamp down. And then suddenly the Atlanta Hawks couldn't buy a basket. Trae Young was on lockdown. Collins was on lockdown. Hunter was on lockdown. They couldn't do anything. And as a result, the New York Knicks have now tied this series 1-1 because the fans, led by Spike Lee and the crew, obviously galvanized the troops. You should have been in there, Molly and Max. You should have been inside that arena. It was rocking. We ain't heard the Garden like that in decades. It was that special, Max.
I should have been to upgrade it.
I had my hair standing up. It was that special, okay? But now we move forward to the ATL. We coming down to ATL. New York's in the building. State Farm Arena. We coming. We here. Watch Game 3, we coming.
Of course the Knicks got lucky. And all Knicks fans know you got lucky last night, Stephen A. First of all, before I even get into that, I feel like you, when you talk about Dallas Cowboys fans, it's nauseating. And I was once one of you before I finally said I had it with Jim Dolan. Let me tell you what you're celebrating right now. You know why it hasn't been that loud in decades? Because when was the last time the Knicks won a single playoff game in 8 years?
8 years. I agree.
Yo, all that just happened is the Knicks got lucky to escape home court with a split to a lower seed. And you're celebrating like you just did something, like you just won the championship. Stephen A., you think Bogdanovich is going to go 2 of 13 from 3 again?
He might.
By the way, that wasn't, look, this is an easy team to root for, this Knicks team. The players themselves, you got to love D. Rose. You got to love Randall. All these dudes. Bullock was great. You got, just quickly, all these guys, they're easy to root for. That wasn't Knicks defense in the second half. Come on, man. Atlanta was just missing wide open shots. Look at all these shots.
Because they wasn't Trae Young shooting them.
So let me tell you something. Bogdanovich is a sharpshooter. He couldn't buy a bucket. Wide open looks. You want to see the difference between the Hawks shooting percentage in the first half and the second half?
Because of that defense. Because of that defense.
28% from the field instead of 46% from the field. Look at the assist to turnover. Because of the Knicks defense. Do we have some B-roll where I can show you some of the Knicks defense, supposed defense, that Stephen A. is referring to? The Hawks were just missing, Stephen A. They got a lot of good looks, a lot of them. Trust me, Bogdanovich is not going 2 of 13 from downtown again in this series. I'm happy for the Knicks. I'm happy for you. Open look. Just tell me where you see a really difficult shot. Open, missed it. Just show me. Wide open, hits that shot all the time. Missed it.
That's a misrepresentation.
Okay, wide open.
A lot of their shots were contested. That was a contested shot.
It was contested.
Shot just did by Gibson. There's been a lot of contested shots last night. They had some open looks, but a lot of them were contested.
Dude, just because someone's running like this with a hand up, he doesn't get there in time, that's not contested.
But that's the point. True. If somebody's running at
Although I saw you against Harden, too. Timeout. I saw you against Harden. You were in dress shoes and everything.
Shooting bricks.
I didn't play.
That's where you got the name Brick.
Like
That's true. You know, that was a setup that, you know what, I happen to love James Harden. That's the only time I've ever disliked him. Since you're going to bring that up, Molly, I was in a shirt and tie, as you can see.
Yeah.
And I came there to do an interview with Harden when he was in Super Bowl, when the Super Bowl was in Houston for Super Bowl week. And Harden said, I'll be damned if I'm going to do an interview with you until you shoot these threes and you ain't warming up because you talk too much smack to be needing a warm up. Get out there and shoot from 3 right now. And obviously I was cold and it hurt me bad. So I shot 1 for 15. It was horrible.
I heard that's where they came up with the name Brick on the soap opera, Stephen A.
It might be. It might be.
Listen, it is unfair. He did get set up by Harden, but that's not the point.
I deserved it, though. I deserved it.
Those were not, even when they were contested, they weren't well contested. Dude, those were very makeable shots, and they missed an inordinate number of them in the second half. I didn't even feel like it was fatigue. The Knicks caught a break when Atlanta shooting went cold, or else you're down 0-2 heading to Atlanta.
You're ridiculous. I should sick baby Stephen A. on you. I really should, because this is just ridiculous drivel that's coming out of your mouth. But I will tell you, I want to tell you another thing before we end this segment, because I want to put this on record right now.
Oh, please, because I got a juicy topic we got to get to.
I want to put it out on Front Street.
What?
You saw those fans outside last night off of one playoff win, their first playoff win in 8 years, as Max pointed out. You know what that showed me?
What?
That showed me how much of a mistake Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving made by choosing Brooklyn. Could you imagine, Max, if they were at the Garden? It'd be like that every night.
It's going to be like that by the end of this season.
No, that's fair, Stephen A.
These dudes would be off the charts.
First rational point you've made all morning.
It's going to be like that for the Nets.
Entire state.
All right.
In another series, everyone's going to have forgotten the Knicks. They're going to be gone, and the Nets are going to be steamrolling the league.
We got to go.
It's going to be like that.
We're going to get into the Knicks later. Let's keep it rolling.